I'm Katie Ullman reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEETV in downtown Toronto. I'm here with director RT. How does it feel to be nominated for a Canadian Screen Award for your direction of Alive and to have the show also nominated for Best Youth Series as well?
Right. It feels amazing. How else could it feel? Yeah, it was kind of a surprise to get a nomination for direction, and then for the series. I mean, we were just sort of taking a chance and made this musical program for Much, and we were all really proud of it. But I mean, you never know, right? What it's gonna amount to. So it's quite incredible and pretty overwhelming. We're all like super ecstatic. So yeah.
Awesome. And you are the most awarded music video director in all of Canada. Now, can you tell me what inspired you to get passionate about music at a young age and how you sort of got into music videos?
I mean, one, music's always been in my life. Like, music was always playing in my house. My parents when I was growing up, and once I moved to Toronto, I actually wanted to get into animation. Animation was actually like I used to be an artist. I used to draw a lot, comic book kid, a big dreamer kind of thing. And then I mean, really truthfully, where the music side came in was I went to Ryerson. And a buddy of mine got in good at Much Music, and at that time I was watching a lot. I mean, BET was really big back then for a lot of people. That was like in the '90s, and hip hop was really starting to make a big push in the mainstream. And there were some video directors that I would see that were doing just incredible videos. These videos were like, because back in the day, like in the 80s, a lot of music videos for rappers were like dudes standing in alleys, like dudes standing on like broken down houses. Like, it was ridiculous, right? But in the 90s, they started these video directors, because hip hop started to make money, these video directors started to get these budgets. And they were visionaries. I'm talking about Hype Williams, I'm talking about Lil X, aka Director X. And some of these guys, they started taking these rappers and they made these elaborate worlds that these rappers were now in. So I'm talking about Missy Elliott, I'm talking about Busta Rhymes, and these are like reimaginations of movies and that kind of stuff, because they had the budget to do this stuff. And so when I saw that, I mean, I was just astounded, that you could do that in music video. And I didn't really go to film school per se, so to me, that was a chance for me to get into that world, the filmmaking world, because like I said, I was always a dreamer. I came from that background. I wanted to create these images, but I didn't know how to do it. But I knew a lot of rappers, and I knew, what I mean? So I knew a lot of people through the music industry, and that was a way in. It was like I could combine world creation and my imagination with music and put these rappers in these things. So it sparked my mind like that. And like I said, a friend of mine was over at Much Music, and I was like, dude, you got to get me in there, because I just figured that was a place to meet a lot of people. And that's how it went. Yeah.
And you've worked with so many heavyweights in the industry, Sean Desmond, Nelly Furtado, just to name a few, and your music videos have a very cinematic, a beautiful look to them. Right. How has that helped you transition into directing TV? Right.
Well, I mean that's for me one of the big goals. Trying to push into that side of stuff, more narrative stuff. So over the years, I sort of honed that skill. Like, I really started trying to tell a lot of stories through my music videos. I love movies. I'm a movie aficionado, so I go see In theaters, I'll go see a film, like 2 films a week, 3 films a week if I can. I'm an avid supporter of like video stores. They don't really exist anymore, but like I'm still support. So like Suspect Video, shout out to Suspect Video, shout out to Queen Video over on Queen. I just love watching old films and new films. And just taking that influence, these are master storytellers, all of them. I mean, to make a film is just an incredible amount of work. To make TV is just an incredible amount of work. So my hat's off to them, and to see the organization and the skill level that goes into that, you just take it away and you put it into your own stuff, and that's what I've been doing to show people, that I can tell these kinds of stories. So.
And you have so much going for you professionally, and you've had such an amazing career in just 10 years. But you also give back to the community a lot as well through various projects. Can you tell me a little bit about the Remix project and the importance of inspiring youth?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what the thing is my mom always, pushed on me that, you gotta make a mark in the world, and it doesn't matter how you go about that. You don't have to be a big star. You don't have to do these things, but you got to make some kind of a difference. I think that was really, my mom was, she raised us, single mom, but really tried to help out in the community herself. She tried to help out in the church, and then she was very involved in some projects in Africa and stuff like that. So, from a young age, that was in my blood. And I always thought about my path into the industry, that I had to sort of create it myself. I had to, while I was at Much Music, I just had to go out and meet, rappers at that time, and then convince them I wanted to do stuff. And then on the weekends, I had to get stuff together and make the stuff. So I think about that and I go, not everybody has that chance to do that. And, you got to get involved in your community, number one, and you got to be able to pave the way for others to follow in your footsteps. So, I mean, I've known about Remix for a while. A good friend of mine, Gavin Shepard, is the founder of it. And me and him bumped heads, again, on a music video set, and he was working on this community outreach program. Back in the day, it was called IC Visions. And from that time, I stayed in touch with him, and once it started to grow into something that was visible or tangible, I just said, hey, man, I want to be involved in this. And then over the years, I got to serve on the board of directors for it, and then I was always pushing them to get into filmmaking because they focused on media arts, so music, photography, these kinds of things. To outreach to youth and get them interested. But I was like, yo, you guys got to do some filmmaking stuff, cameras are becoming available to people, and, people want to tell stories. So, we founded a program with 3 other individuals, a local cop from the neighborhood named Callum DeHartog with his team 7 Entertainment, and Temple Street Productions, which is a television company that does Orphan Black. So, and we founded a program called City Life. And City Life Films is essentially storytelling from those communities, you know what I mean? And we give these students an opportunity to come in, learn from professionals, and then they get to pitch the Temple Street executive. So we treat it like it's a real, you know what I mean? Like it's a real, studio-like atmosphere. And then 3 of them get to make films. And those 3 get to work again with professional crews. So they're working with crews that are shooting television in Canada, so Hemlock Grove and, Orphan Black and these kinds of things. And they work with a mentor, but ultimately it's that filmmaker calling the shots. And it's a very unique experience, but I think it's one that really prepares them for the collaboration that happens in film, because that's what film is. It's a collaborative art. And for the industry, they get to see how people relate, how people connect on set. All of these skills are very important to learn, so that if you're planning a career, you can navigate that, because a lot of these, you know, these kids, they come out of these neighborhoods and they don't have those, maybe those interpersonal skills, or you know, they learn the discipline. We really engage them in terms of discipline. We're drill sergeants over there, so yeah. So it's a wonderful program, and it's my heart. We're in our 4th year this year, and we're gonna have our premiere of the 3 films again at TIFF Lightbox in the end of February. So yeah.
And do you have a feature project in development as well? I think I may have saw something about that on your website.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a filmmaker, you're always creating things. So, and you know, like I said, I come from that background. You got to make your own way. So, yeah, I have a couple of things in development right now. I got a television project and a feature project, and I'm always doing short films. So, I just finished up a short film that I shot over the holidays. So, yeah.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and all of the exciting things you have going on online?
I mean, you know, you can always you can follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, directed by RT. It's pretty simple, directed by RT. And I'm on Instagram, although I'm not on Instagram that much. I should be on more, I guess. And then I don't know. You know, I mean, you can reach out to me like that. You know, I guess you could Google it, or you could just find me on the street. I'm on the street in Toronto. Just come up, say what's up. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on all of your success, and good luck at the Canadian Screen Awards as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Katie. I'm so excited to be like interviewed by you. This is cool because you've interviewed a lot of people. So yeah, it's dope.
Thanks so much. I'm Katie Ullman reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.